This doesn't feel like the right time to record, but do you want to know how many fucks I give? Not very many. Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and I think the square root of raspberry should be legalised. Anyway, this is Anodyne, we're just entering Mayor Ying's apartment, and new gimmick right off the bat, these rude cockroach thingy things, they'll run away from you in a certain direction, and like all enemies, they can press switches. And I'm going to see if I can, I don't remember how they work. They'll run away from you, but sometimes away is actually towards you. I don't know, they're programmed to run away in a certain direction, I'm not entirely sure. Now these things, they look like laundry baskets, but I feel like I'm wrong about that. Also, that is a very nice sofa. And just die, thank you. Fortunately, those enemies are really good at dropping health, from what I recall, and there's some shit water. That's one single word, shit water, not even hyphenated. Oh, and there's this fucker who does this. I'm not sure how to explain that. You hit him, he disappears, reappears behind you, and then there's some sort of weird timing you have to do in order to get him, or her, or it. I don't know. And then there are these fuckers, who, they spray these clouds of gas, and while you're inside them, like the clouds of gas, then your controls are reversed. There's no point in me even being up here. Need a key. Now, I've not played this dungeon in a while. I've not played any of the game in a while, because, I had the practice file and that was it. But, this I have the fewest memories associated with and the fewest feelings, and I don't know why, because it, I will praise it the same way I praised the Red Caves. It's a very well-executed dungeon. It's a good idea, it's clever. Because, how many dungeons are there that you see that are someone's actual place of residence? The only other one I can think of, and see, I'm pressing down but moving upwards, so under the influence of the gas. The only other dungeon I can think of that fills that criteria is the, I don't even remember what it's called, the Yeti's house in Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Also, there are these rats who walk automatically, and every time they hit a wall, they will turn clockwise. So, there are puzzles here involving getting rats and cockroaches to step on switches. So, fuck switches, get money, question mark? And what's going to be in that chest? Probably a key. Why could you not just climb over the sofas? That'd be too convenient, I suppose. Honestly, I don't even remember the most efficient way of doing this dungeon. Because, like I said, I have the fewest feels associated with it. It's not that I don't like it, because like I said, I do like it. I think it's a really cool idea for a dungeon. The fact that it's so blatantly residential as well. It's one of the most modern, urban settings you could have for a dungeon, and I applaud that. Oh, this is the room I was thinking of, in the last dungeon, the third dungeon. If you take too long, then that thing seals off the treasure chest and you can't open it. Well, I suppose you can if you tank a bunch of hits. Yeah. I beat the system and I give so few shits. It's just the episode where I give no shits at all. Your pillow was cozy last night. Fuck off. I'm sure I lost an extra fuck of health on the way back there. I'm not sure how that happened. Give me my healthy. Give me my Grammy, because I am Coldplay, according to... Not Katy Price, not Katy Perry. Katy Brand, that's it. She was good while she lasted, now she doesn't do comedy anymore, apparently. Which is a shame, because... Does anyone else remember Katy Brand's Big Ass Show? Because I think that's what got me into sketch comedy in the first place. I wouldn't say I'm spectacularly into sketch comedy, but that's what got me interested in it, and now it's not even a thing. It was surprisingly similar in style to, what was it called? I think it was just called Anna and Katie, where Anna What's-Her-Face and Katie Wicks had a sketch show. Also, the reversey gas can kill the... They look like the wharf roaches from Animal Crossing. And my commentary's all over the place, because like I said, this is not a good time to record, but I don't know why, I just have a feeling that it's not good, but I'm making it work, goddammit. Because I'm going to be really busy anyway, because I'm recording this on a Sunday. So, this evening, Cyprus will be choosing the Eurovision song, so tomorrow I'm going to be reviewing that, so I won't be able to record then. I'm sure I was going to say something else to follow that up, but I can't think of anything. But earlier today, Europe Scalaway and I recorded the episode 4 of Sonic 3D Versus, which is going up the Saturday the Saturday of the week that you are listening to this the Saturday of the week that I upload this episode. So pretty much. Oh, the carpet slows you down, by the way. But pretty much a week away from when we actually recorded it. And I can tell you from first-hand experience, it's a good episode. Okay. I just randomly booped a button without even realising. Not sure what it did, but probably opened some sort of shortcut. Yeah, you can't touch me, you... You, sir, are a poob, and you live on the planet Bumstickle. The references that I don't fully understand, I just know that it had something to do with Peanut Butter Gamer. And Spore. Was it Spore? I don't know. But, yes, so, Sonic 3D, good episode. Good episode. Is this dungeon boring? Because I feel like my commentary's not flowing as readily as it should. Because there's something about this dungeon that feels a little bit mundane, even though, well, I suppose, like, it's the good kind of mundane because it's just an apartment, or, well, it's a very nice apartment if it's just an apartment, but, you know, it is interesting, I promise. Now then, how do I shot web? Does that open if I kill all these? Because, yeah, the first time I came through this room, I thought there was a switch. Also, why is there a toilet in the kitchen? Oh, this is a bathroom. For some reason, I thought that was like a sink and then there was a stove here, but no, there isn't. Herp-de-derp. Already been through here. Not been up there, though, so... Huh. Like, I can't do that quite as well when both my hands are engaged in playing. Teehee. How do I get up there, then? Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that's where we need to go next. And I'm probably just derping big-time styly. Because, like, I'm not feeling it, but I'm also not really feeling it, you know? Oh, I could just go up here. Herp-de-derp. Just having all of the derps. Oh, bugger. Double bugger. Like, what is this doing in an apartment? Just, why? And where do I go now? Doop-doopity-doop. That's such an old reference at this point. Okay. Okay, I think I know what do here. If I go in this way, then... No, I need to go in the other way. You see, I feel like I'm letting you down with this commentary, but... Switch puzzles involving these rats, because they count the solid blocks as solid walls, because they're solid walls, and then turn right when they hit a solid object, so they open the door. Yay! And then more of the same. And I forget what the solution to this puzzle is supposed to be, but... Okay, then. What have I created? Essentially, I think all you have to do here is make it so that the rats are sort of the distance apart that the switches are, and I think it'd be forgiving enough to let me through with that. Yeah, there we go. Rat puzzles, they exist. I don't know why you can come through to this room from here. What's the point? But surely you guys see what I mean. This is a really interesting idea for a dungeon, and oh, I seem to recall the boss being really quite difficult. Like, I don't know, not like super difficult, but certainly no pushover. And being as I am not American, I don't use that expression lightly. All I remember is he's some kind of pyromaniac ghosty guy with a face, well, without a face, because, for a moment I thought there was no way through here. He has the typical horror film murderer mask, hockey mask, I think. Is it a hockey mask? I don't know. Do we even have hockey in this country? I don't know. I have a Canadian bay. You would have thought I'd know these things. You there. Step on that switch before you die of gas and brooms to the face. And how appropriate that we're killing cockroaches with brooms. Just that just hit me just now in the face. Now, am I missing something up here? Because I have such a short memory span, apparently. Nope. Okay. We're good to move on then. But yes, I seem to recall the boss here being another one of those tank as much as you can and hope for the best things. And... Okay then. Yeah, I was going to mention... Oh, apparently dust counts as a solid object. Okay then. Noted. Was not aware of that. But yes. No, Ratty, no. You died. You did. I think I'm required to use the widen thing here, so I can do that there. Okay, I think I know what I have to do here. Trap that down there so the... Well, poo you then. Oh, come on! I'm just being all of the derp here. I'm so tempted to scrap this episode, even though, you know, it's certainly not a bad episode by my standards. Yes, come on, ratty poo-poo. Ratatouille. Yes! Didn't think that would work, but it did. And the thing I was trying to say is, because I showed off what happens if you say no at the game over screen, it hasn't saved the fact that I died, so this is still technically a no-death run, which amuses me. And more of these cockroach, mite, wolf, roach, boob things. I don't know. Paninis. They're I'm just gonna call them paninis and just leave it at that. And the background reminds me, like the city out there reminds me of Missing No. Just looks like the sort of place that Missing No would live if Missing No lived at a place. Now, I think we're actually at the boss already, which makes me feel like once again I've skipped half the... Oh my god! Being influenced by the gas means that the controls in this screen are reversed as well. And because I'm paused, the gas ain't going anywhere. That was weird. Oh, okay, we're not the boss just yet. There's still this rooftop segment. Because if you stand still, then the gas can't really do anything to you. Unless I walk straight into a thingy thing, in which case, you know. Just give me health and die. Give me health and die. Isn't that essentially the whole story behind Breaking Bad? Give me health and die. I find it weird that people find it normal that there's this drama based on a good person having to turn to a life of crime to pay for medical bills for something that's not their fault in the first place. Like, why is America considered a first world country if it's a country where people have to pay for healthcare? Especially if like the conservative members of their government consider themselves to be such an upright Christian nation. Well, surely it's sinful to charge for healthcare. Just a thought, you know. Anyway, another puzzle. See, we have to scare this roach from certain angles, and otherwise that'll happen. Bugger. See, I'm not trying to cause offence. I'm not trying to cause a fence. I think you have to sneak past it when it's not looking this way. Yeah, there we go. Because these enemies have line of sight, and fuck, I'm not paying enough attention. Yeah, I don't want to cause offence, I'm just speaking words. I'm letting speak my boobs. Because my boobs have opinions and things. Yes, okay, yeah. These enemies rotate and have lines of sight and whatnot, so... Did I mention that I bought some milk over the weekend and now I can have proper tea once again? Ah, now we're at the boss. I think. Yeah, this is the boss. So there you go, it's got the mask. I want to say Jason Donovan? No. Fire is beautiful, isn't it? What a shame that the glow and glare of the streetlights hides the fire of the stars. Pretentious. Anyway, this is very much a tanky boss, as I recall, because it's all about dodging the fire and... what was I saying? Oh, yes. I finally bought tea and milk. And it says on the packaging of the tea bags, serve with or without milk. Like, that essentially means drink this or don't. And, I don't... By that, I don't mean, oh, you know, who would drink tea without milk? Because I know, like, that's how they do it in the rest of Europe. It's just, like, serve with or without milk. Well, that seems kind of like a redundant thing to say. That's like, I don't remember how you avoid this attack. But, like, serve with or without milk. Serve with or without broccoli. Serve in a cup or don't, you know? Like, it just seems like a really redundant thing to say. Doing so much tanking and not enough hitting. I can hear someone whistling outside my door. Okay, so stars aren't really made of fire. Who gives a shit anyway? I'm still hitting him even after he died. What a very Tess thing to do, question mark. And that boss was nowhere near as hard as I remember it. So we now have 13 fucks of health. Unfucky 13? Budum-tush. I'm sorry if this dungeon came across as boring. It's like I said, it's a well-made, mundane setting. So, I suppose, in that case, it's done a good job. Now, there's a ladder down here and we can't get to it. Remember this for later. Because this is one of the things I looked into in my practice file. I can hear bass through the walls. Remember that time you lit a candle when the power was out? I can't remember the voice I gave him, and I just do not care. This is the episode where Tess gives zero shits. Which might make for poor quality commentary, and if that's the case, I apologise. Now, I want to just skip travel to the entrance, but yeah, there's still some stuff that I'm missing. And as before, I'm not leaving this dungeon until I've completed it, which is good because I've only been going for 15 minutes and I don't want to make... I want to drag this LP out insofar as I don't want it to be over quickly because Anodyne is such a wonderful game and you should buy it for yourself and support it and it's good and... Really? There we go. I thought I'd have to go all the way back and boop some things, but... anyway, yes, the people who made this game, I think most of it is just two people, Sean Hogan and Jonathan something, I don't remember. It'll say in the first episode of the series, because title screen. But, it's hard to think with the bass happening next door, because they're all about that bass, no treble. They're making another game at the moment. I don't know when it was, but they're making a game called Even the Ocean, and so... I know I don't have that much influence in the YouTube world, but it would make me happy in the face if people were to go and support that game, because it seems like a really interesting concept. Oh, that's why I didn't go that way, I just needed to boop a thing. Again, Tess is a derp face. But yeah, what was the thing? Yes, Even the Ocean. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's something to do with keeping a natural balance of things, like you could take energy from... You can either take or give energy to surrounding areas and nature and shit, and use that energy to do stuff. But then, if you either have too much of the energy, it's like you've taken too much from the surroundings, or if you've given too much of energy. So in other words, if things aren't in a proper balance, then you die. That's a really clever concept. And, of course, because it's the people who made this game, you can guarantee it will have a really fucking beautiful soundtrack. So, yet another reason to go and support that. Oh, and here's a mechanic that they didn't bother using anywhere else in the dungeon. Rats... Also, the rats consider the dust to be solid walls. So, once I reboot the cube button, we can come back and get the thing that's down there. And for a moment then, again, I thought, oh, where's the switch? It's not a switch, it's a kill room, you boob. Oh, wait, hang on. So does that mean that the thing I'm going back for now is a key, then? Well, it must be, I suppose. There's nowhere else in the dungeon to go, as far as I can tell from memory. I feel terrible, because I'm not doing this dungeon justice, because I feel like my commentary's been really boring, because I'm not feeling it and whatever. But, you know, as I've said, it's a mundane idea for a dungeon, which, you know, for what it is, means it's really well executed. But then that means that my commentary doesn't really have anything to, you know, it doesn't really give me anywhere to go for my commentary, but... I suppose that does bring up an interesting question. Should games be made with Let's Players in mind? Like, should... You know? It's hard to convey what I'm trying to say here, but... Like, should people make games, you know, knowing that people will Let's Play it, and thus... Like, making stylistic choices that would either make it easier or more entertaining for Let's Players, or should they just have, you know, make games for gamers, and if some of those Let's Players, fair enough. I'm not saying, should games be made just for Let's Players, I'm just saying, like, should there be design choices made by game makers that bear in mind, if we do this as opposed to that, which won't make any difference to the standard player, it'll be a bit easier for Let's Players, if you know what I mean. Like, I'm not wording it very well, and for that I apologise. But, like, I suppose I said it best just now. Making decisions regarding design choices that wouldn't affect most players, but if you do it one way it's easier for a Let's Player, and if you do it a different way then it's a bit harder, or something, I don't know. Like, is that something that should be considered by the modern game developer, or no? I suppose I should be looking into this sort of thing, because... I remember this room. And for some reason I entered the stairs sideways, which resets the room. Okay, for some reason the broom glitched and thought it still had dust in it. But, yeah, so as someone who is studying game design, that's probably something I should... There we go. Should be something I look into. So, that was this room. I think we're done in this dungeon now. Yeah, that looks like everything, so I'll just leave. So, actually that took up an episode's length of stuff, so, in the next episode we'll return... Well, I'll return to the Nexus now, look at that card that we got, and then in the next episode we'll go to the place beyond the Red Cave, which is certainly an interesting thing. If I can even find the bloody... there we go, Nexus Stone. So, yes. in the next episode, we will go to the Red Caves. And so, I have been able to continue to be tessellating Hexagons, and this'll teach him for calling me the fumigation guy. Well, that's a nice note to end this episode on.